When you're ready, I'm going to ask you to come down to your backs to begin today. Going all the way down to your back. And you can decide how your legs look and where your arms are. Taking a look at the ceiling above you, and when it feels right, you can shut your eyes down. Take a notice of how your back is making contact with your mat. So start with the back of your head. Notice the top of your shoulder blades, bottom of your shoulder blades. Notice your mid-back, your low back. Notice your glutes, maybe the backs of your legs, maybe your heel, the soles of your feet. And then just noticing all of it, making contact with your mat. And begin to send your awareness to the front of your body. Starting at the top of your head, down your forehead to your nose, your chin, to your throat, to the space in between your collarbones, down into your heart space. Notice your ribs, your belly, your pelvis, the tops of your legs, your knees, your shins, and the top of your feet, and then notice the entire top of your body. So taking a little scan, just noticing any sensations that are running through any part of your body, from the back to the top. And then bring your awareness to your breathing. Notice that you're breathing and notice what's happening in your body and how your body is moving and shifting with your breathing. Notice if it feels really good to breathe into your chest, or if it feels really good to breathe into your belly, or both. Noticing if it feels good to take in a long inhale, or if it feels good to take out a long exhale, or both. Being able to be right here in your breath. Allow your breath to feel natural. This is your state of being. Setting an intention for your day or your practice and your evening. Maybe an I am statement or a mantra, maybe just one word, maybe a phrase that you really like, that resonates with you. Maybe it's something different today. It could be a state of being that you'd like to cultivate more of, something that you'd like to become more of. And then when you find it, allow yourself to repeat it to yourself, chanting it over and over again, bringing it into existence just by repeating it. Allowing your body to begin to embody this intention because it's now in the front of your mind. We are where our attention is. Whatever is in the front of your mind is what you're giving attention to. It is what you're showing up for the most. Allow your intention to be that thing that you're showing up for the most in this moment. And allow yourself to come back to your intention when your mind wanders throughout your practice, which it does, and that's fine. That's our brain. When you notice that your mind has wandered, maybe say your intention 5 or 6 times to yourself. And when you're ready, you can begin to bend into your knees, bringing your feet to the floor. You can walk your feet as wide as your mat and take a little sway side to side with your knees. Drop your knees to the right, drop your knees to the left. Taking it nice and slow, you can move with your breath if that feels right, or you can just move left and right. No pace here. Going left and then going right. Only a few more times on each side. And then when you're ready, you can just follow your knees over to whichever side you're on right now. Let your knees drop all the way down. Let your feet soften. Continue to breathe about 4 more breaths. And then bring your knees up, drop them over to the other side. Let your feet soften. Your legs are heavy. And take about 4 more breaths. When you're ready, you can bring your knees up. You can extend your left leg long and then draw your right knee towards your chest, palm behind your thigh. And maybe extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Okay to keep a bend in it here. We're warming up. Flex your heel, press it up to the ceiling. Then point your toe and flex. And then point and little circles with your ankle. Maybe drawing a circle on the ceiling with your big toe. And then draw your thigh and toward your chest a little bit more here. Option to walk your palms up your leg. Breathe. Really plant your left leg down into the ground. And then coming into a half happy baby. Bend into your right knee and reach your arm into the inside of your leg. Grab the edge of your foot or the bottom of your foot in a half happy baby, drawing your foot and your knee down. Always welcome to hold onto your knee or take another variation of this. You're welcome to open and close your right leg. Maybe your left palm is planted on your right hip to keep or your left hip to keep your left side down. Take 3 more breaths. And release. Bring your right leg all the way down to the ground. Other side, left leg comes up, palms behind your thigh. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling and flex your heel all the way. Really pressing it up. And then point, and then flex. And then point in little circles here. Any direction, drawing a circle with your big toe, circling out your ankle just a bit. Noticing any sensations here. And then drawing your thigh in towards your chest, pulling it in. Maybe flexing your heel back. Option to walk your palm up your leg anywhere. And breathe your right leg firmly down into the mat. Start to bend into your left knee. Your left arm reaches to the inside and gravity sole of your left foot, half happy baby. Maybe your right palm comes to your right hip this time to keep your right side down. And you're welcome to open and close your leg. Find stillness. Maybe it's a little rock from side to side with your knee. Truly up to you with how you'd like to explore your hip joint. Let's do 2 more breaths. And then begin to release your left leg out, stretch it out onto your mat. Reach your arms overhead, wall to wall stretch. Point your toes, flex your feet. Maybe open and close your palms nice and wide. Get a little bit taller here in your torso and start to reach your arms over to the right and slide your feet over to the right for your banana shape. Option to grab your left wrist with your right palm and pull it over to the right just a little bit more. And breathe, allowing your side body to get really long. Coming back to center, another wall-to-wall stretch. Open your palms nice and wide. We're stretching them out. And then reach to the left. Slide your legs to the left. Maybe grab your right wrist with your left palm, pulling it up and over to the right just a little bit more. And breathe. Sending your awareness to your right side of your body. And then when you're ready, back to your wall-to-wall stretch. Reach in your palms, point your toes, and flex your feet. From here, draw your right knee in towards your chest. You can hug onto your knee. From here, draw your face and your chest up towards your knee. And then see if you can hold it here. And always bring your head down to the ground. But option to keep it lifted. I'll keep it lifted. You have the option to take whichever layer feels useful for you. We're going to switch legs. When you're ready, on an exhale, extend your right leg all the way down, and the left knee comes in. Now your right foot can stay lifted above the ground, or it can come on down to the ground. Maybe notice what difference is happening here. Maybe flex both of your feet. I'm going to keep my leg lifted. Take a breath. You can tell where this is going. We're going to switch. So when you're ready, breathe in, and then exhale, switch. Hug your right knee back in. Draw your head towards your feet. Breathe. Feel a little static hold here. Honor the stability of your breath. And when you're ready, on your next exhale, we'll switch. Left knee comes in. One more static hold like this, and then we're going to move with our breath. A little bit forward, generating some heat. When you're ready, on an inhale, switch to your right, and exhale to your left. Inhale right, exhale left. 2 more, inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, and exhale. Bring your head down, bring your knees into your chest, little rock side to side. And when you're ready, keeping that core engaged, rock and roll up to a seat. Take it a couple times. Maybe 3 rocks. And all the way up into a seat. Let your legs come out nice and long. Point your toes up towards the ceiling. Plant your palms right by your hips, our staff pose, our neutral spine shape. Your chest pointing directly at your toes. Feet are together or a little bit wide. And begin to walk. One palm forward and then the other palm for a long spine. You're pulling your chest towards your toes. Maybe a little bend comes to your knees. That feels really good. the back of your leg. Like your chest is pulling for your toes. In your head or your nose, maybe pointing right at your toes or along the spine. Fold over more. You can extend your legs long if they had a bend into them. Just seeing where you are and meeting yourself where yourself is. Instead of trying to get it to a place that it maybe doesn't want to access just yet. Let's take 3 more breaths. Then after your third, walk yourself all the way up. Swing your legs over to one side or the other. Come into a tabletop. Arms right underneath your shoulders, a little sway side to side. Your belly hugs in towards your spine. Get some cat-cows in your own way. Inhale to your cow. And exhale to your cat. Take your time here. Feel free to linger anywhere. We'll roll through these cows and these cats in your own way. We'll probably do about 10 or more. Really enjoy this moment. Feel free to find any other movement in your spine, your focus on your spine. All the way from your tailbone, base of your neck, maybe even drop your head. Do 3 more rounds. Cow and cat. Coming to your neutral spine when you're ready. Tabletop shape. Extend your left leg long, toes on the floor, and press back into your left heel. Gazes forward, lift your left heel up, and maybe right arm reaches forward. Breathe. Flexed foot, your toes pointing down to the floor. Two more breaths. And then lower. We'll rock side to side. We'll take it right to the other side. Right leg comes back, toes point down, press back into your heel. And when you're ready, lift your right leg. And then left arm come up with it. Your right toes pointing down to the floor. Whole right leg is engaged. Your gaze is forward. Breathe. Two more breaths. Intervene, come back to your tabletop, maybe a little sway side to side. Bring your toes to touch and sit your hips all the way back to your heels. Take a child's pose, walk your palms forward. That feels great. Forehead comes down. Finding a breath that feels really sustainable for you. Maybe a little sway side to side with your hips. Might feel nice. You're ready, back to your tabletop, and then begin to tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up and back. Take a downward facing dog. Let's take a bend in the knees in our down dog. Our belly comes closer to our thighs. Our biceps right by our ears. Long spine, your tailbone pulling up to the ceiling. And one leg at a time. Let's drop the left heel down. Lengthen into the left leg. Hold it and breathe. And then switch, bend into your left knee, drop your right heel down, hold it and breathe. And then both heels coming down, drop your left heel down, belly presses to your thighs. Your shoulders and your shoulder blades are moving away from each other, creating space in your back rather than squeezing together. Big breath in and big breath out. Start to gaze forward and walk to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Maybe keep that bend in your knees, let your head hang. When you're ready, we'll roll to stand all the way up. Standing, coming to your sun A, arms overhead. And exhale, palms down by your side. Feel free to shut your eyes. Mountain pose. Equal weight in your feet. Maybe even lift up your toes, spread your toes, and then plant them right back down onto the mat. So noticing equal weight in your feet, maybe sway side to side, centering your weight on all four corners of your feet. Standing nice and tall, your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears. When you're ready, breathe in, arms overhead, maybe gaze up. And then exhale, bend into your knees, fold all the way down. Again, roll up all the way up to standing, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, bend into your knees, fold all the way down. One more like that, using our full breath. Inhale, come up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold all the way down. We'll change it up now. Inhale, just halfway lift, flat back. Stay here for a moment. Pressing your chest away from your thighs. Your shoulders tracking down your back. Your gaze slightly down. Your tailbone pressing back. Breathe. Maybe one arm reaches forward. Maybe the other arm reaches forward. Breathe. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway, all the way up. And then exhale down. Plant your palms, step back into your plank. Hold it here. You can drop down to your knees. We'll take 2 breaths. And then bending into your elbows, come all the way down to your chest. Palms underneath your shoulders, tops of your feet on the mat. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, press yourself back up into tabletop or your plank, and then back to your downward facing dog. Heels melting down to the floor. See if you can hug your belly button in toward your spine, engage your core even though it's bent right here. Start to look forward and walk to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. Next inhale, let's come all the way up. Arms overhead, gaze is up. Exhale, back bend of your choice, open your arms. Inhale back, standing tall. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold back into your plank. Any plank variation you choose, begin to lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, come back down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, tabletop or plank. And exhale, your downward facing dog. Moving really fluidly through our sun salutation. We'll do it one more time. Take a breath in your down dog. And when you're ready, look forward and step forward, top of your mat, forward fold. Last one, inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, standing tall. Exhale, fold down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your palm step back into your plank and lower down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up to your plank or tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Fingertips are spread wide. Press your tailbone back to the back of the room. Feel your spine and your back get longer. When you're ready, right leg lifts, breathe in. And exhale, step forward. Let your left foot come down to the mat, pointing it out slightly. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Maybe spin your pinkies inward to face one another. Turn your arms on. Gazes forward. Begin to straighten into your right leg. So you're pulling your hips back. Your right leg is nice and long. Start to reach forward. Hold it here when your chest begins to come parallel to your mat. Maybe reach your arms back, like airplane arms. Pulling your chest towards the front of your mat or towards your big toe. On an inhale, bend into your knee, come back, warrior one. And then exhale, straighten your leg. Let's call it our half pyramid, reach back. A few more times, inhale. Exhale. Notice the placement of weight in your feet here, both of them. Inhale. Exhale. And you find centered weight in your front foot. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Seeing where your attention is in your shape. Last one. Airplane. Allow your arms to come all the way down or to your blocks. Make a pyramid shape. Chest still pulls toward your toes. You can drop your head. Exhale, palms come down to your mat. Step your left foot forward, forward fold, and extend. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, arms overhead. And exhale back to your chair, sitting your hips down and back. Vinyasa, our chair pose. Pulling your hips back to the back of your mat. Your weight is naturally going to come into your heels. Let your toes wiggle. Breathe. Next inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back into your plank. Let's get some strength today. Let's come all the way down to our belly. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Any way you'd like to get there. Take a breath or two or three. When you're ready, left leg lifts up high. And then step it forward. Your right foot points out slightly to come onto the mat. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Other side. Palms facing each other, but maybe your pinkies start to turn towards one another, really turning on your triceps here. Notice the weight in your front foot. Your weight towards the edge or the inner arch of your foot. Can we find a centered weight? Breathe. Begin to lengthen into your left leg this time. And begin to reach forward like you're coming into pyramid. Just allow your body to get parallel to the mat. Hold it here when you found your limit. And then arms coming back. Airplane arms. Your chest pulls towards the front of the mat or towards your toes. Maybe your nose is pointing to the front of your mat. Breathe. And next breath in, back to warrior one. Exhale your half pyramid. Keep moving through this in your own way, your own pace. Inhale, exhale. Really giving attention to where your weight is placed in your feet. Control of your torso and your arms moving together with your breath. We'll do two more. Wherever you're at, inhale. Exhale. On your last one, on your exhale, start to bring your palms all the way down to the mat or your block. Pyramid shape. Chest pulling towards the top of your mat. You can let your head hang. Next, inhale back to the bend in your knee, rise, warrior one. Exhale, palms to the mat, step your right foot forward and fold. Inhale takes you all the way up to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, sitting into your chair. Pulling your weight back, weight is in your heels. Arms are reaching up to the ceiling. Chest is forward. Breathe. Next exhale, open up to the right, vertical twist. Next inhale brings you forward. And next exhale takes you to the left. Let's do it again. Let's hold it in our chair. Back to center. And then open up to the right. Maybe sit an inch deeper. Back through center. Exhale to the left. And we can come and stand up nice and tall now. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale tall. And exhale, fold back. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold down to your plank. All the way down to your belly. Take a rest here. Your palms can come underneath your forehead. Forehead down to your palms. Maybe let your legs come a bit wider than your mat this time. Find some release in your low back. About 3 more breaths. Start to bring your feet back to about hip-width distance. Begin to bring your palms underneath your shoulders. And on an inhale, pressing up into Cobra. And stay here. You can add on to this today, maybe bending into your left knee. Your toes towards the ceiling or your head. You can release. Maybe your right knee. Please. Release. Do it again if you like. Left knee. Maybe gaze comes up. Release. Right knee. Maybe gaze comes up. Release your entire body. Press back into your tabletop and take a child's pose. Release that arch from your back. Lift your forehead and down. Option to walk your palms over to the right, get a side stretch. Maybe walking your palms over to the left, other side. back through center, back to your tabletop. Feel free to take any natural movement here. Little body roll, lay side to side. And when you're ready, find your way into a downward facing dog. Hips all the way up and back. Take a breath. When you're ready, left leg will lift first, and then step forward. Your high lunge, palms on the mat or your blocks. And when you're ready, rise all the way, crescent lunge, arms overhead. Maybe a little bend into your back knee if that feels good. Palms facing one another, or you can turn on your arms, same thing here. Rotating your palms for pinkies to face each other. One more inhale. Exhale, open up to the left this time, vertical twist. We're gonna add on to our twist today. Your back through center. Airplane your arms, exhale. Leaning over your thigh, pulling your chest forward. Inhale back up. And then this time, palms coming into your heart space. Different variation of a twist today. You can always come back to your vertical twist. We'll play today, leaning your chest forward with your hands at heart space. Start to rotate your chest towards the left. See if you can bring your right elbow down towards your left knee, maybe towards the outside of your left knee. Maybe your body's still lifted. Finding your gaze here in your breath, noticing your weight in your front foot. Maybe your palms pressing into your heart. 3 more breaths. Maybe you want to come down to your right leg. Get a low lunge. Back through center. When you're ready, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, palms come down to the mat. Find your standing L. Let your right leg lift up to the ceiling. And let your head drop down. Flex your right toes. Engage your right leg. Lower your right leg down, forward fold. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Toes pointing out, coming to our yogi squat. Remember, you can bring a block or a couple blocks underneath your sit bones to sit on it. The heavy bend in the knee. If you prefer to come down to your sit bone altogether, perhaps take a butterfly shape and lean forward. Take that as well. Palms at heart space, and let's take about 5 more breaths. Keeping those breaths, you can chant your intention to yourself about 5 more times. When you're ready, we're going to make our way to our downward facing dog. So you can plant your palms in front of you, begin to lift your hips up. Maybe you just walk yourself back to your down dog. If you'd like to do a plank and then a cobra, take a vinyasa, you can do that as well. 2 more breaths in your down dog. And then right leg lifts, breathe in. Stepping forward into your high lunge. Arms lifting up towards the sky. Maybe pinkies rotate in. A little bend into your left knee. Notice the weight in your front foot. Next exhale, open up to the right. Vertical twist. Going back through center. Next exhale, airplane your arms, chest pulling forward. Inhale, rise back up. Palms into your heart space. Start to shift forward, leaning your chest forward. And this time, rotate your chest towards the right. Maybe your left elbow comes down to your right thigh. Maybe it comes to the outside of your right thigh. Maybe your gaze comes back behind you. Maybe you drop down to your left leg. 3 more breaths. Way back forward. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, palms come down to the mat. You're standing out. Let your left leg lift this time. Head drops down. Start to lower your left leg down. Let's take another yogi squat or butterfly of your choosing. Put your hips down towards the earth or on your block. Palms at your heart space or on the floor. Maybe shut your eyes here. And an invitation to come back to your intention or your chant. Five more breaths. Palms coming down to the mat. Lifting up your hips, taking a wide-legged fold. Your feet is wider than your mat. Your head drops all the way down in between your legs. Your palms can come to either ankle or leg. You could grab opposite elbows, let your body hang. You can walk your palms forward, lean your body back. Back and shoulder stretch. You can sway your hips side to side and bend into one knee and the other, allowing for some movement or choices. Find some stillness wherever you are. Let your head hang and breathe. Planting your palms under your shoulders, lift your chest up, start to walk your feet in towards one another. Forward fold. And on your next breath in, rise all the way to standing. Arms overhead. Big breath in and then exhale to back bend. Inhale up nice and tall. Let's stay tall here. Your feet may be hip width distance apart. Your palms maybe come together. Maybe interlace all your fingers except for your index finger or steeple grip. Pointing your index fingers up towards the ceiling and then start to lean to the left. Remember, equal weight in your feet. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, rise. And we'll pull nice and slow. Bend into your knees. Head comes down, palms to the mat. Start to walk down onto your knees. From here, your toes to grip the mat. We'll come into like a soul stretch this last week. If it feels available to you to bend your knees and send your hips towards your heels, you can sit up. You can keep your palms down. If it's an intensity that you feel, palms could even be on your thighs. For me, I notice this a lot in my toes, my Take about 10 more seconds. Feel free to back out anytime. Begin to release, palms down to the mat. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat, tap it out. And then keeping the tops of your feet onto the mat, taking the top of our ankle stretch. You can sit your hips down towards your heels again, maybe palms out coming towards your feet or past your feet. And maybe you begin to lean back, maybe your knees lift off the mat. You might start to feel a sensation on the top of your ankles or somewhere else. Let's do 10 more seconds. Of course, feel free to exit the shape earlier. When you're ready, release back to your tabletop, tap out to your feet, and then make your way onto your sit bone. We'll stretch out one leg at a time. Let's do our right leg. Toes pointing up and your chest pointing towards your toes. Arms overhead, breathe in. And then exhale, we'll reach. Reaching your chest toward your toes, palms can come down, let your head hang. Full breaths, we'll take about 10. Rising up is turn your chest pointing outward away from your toes. Let your right palm come down into your right leg. Sweep your left arm up, breathe in, and exhale like a rainbow, arching all the way over your body. Left palm reaching towards your right toe. Left bicep right by your ear, or tracking over your head. Maybe even see if you can rotate your chest to point up to the ceiling. Noticing that sensation. Just adding on to your mobility, your back, your chest. Rise up when you're ready. Take the other side. Chest points towards your left toes this time. Arms overhead. And begin your reach. Exhale, reach your chest towards your toes. And palms come down. Head comes down. 10 breaths. Walking yourself up when you're ready. Torso now pointing away from your leg. Left palm onto your left leg. Right arm reaches up. And exhale, reaching your right arm over across towards your left toes. Same thing here, right bicep by your ear. Maybe your chest starts to rotate up towards the ceiling. And begin to release all the way up. Bring yourself all the way back to your back this time. Feet are forward, lower all the way down to your back. Taking a figure 4 stretch, right ankle over your left knee, and moving right into any layer of stretch for yourself. Maybe lifting your left foot. Keeping both of your feet flexed. I like to plant my one palm on my ankle, one palm on my knee, and press my knee away. Try to make it align with the other knee. I feel that stretch really kick in. Maybe you can relax your shoulders, your face. Release out of the shape, drop your left foot down and cross your leg. Take it to the other side, left ankle over your right. Moving into the shape, both feet are flexed. Relax your shoulders and your face. Slowly release. Extend your legs long. Take a wall-to-wall stretch. Draw your right knee into your body. Begin to come into your twist. Guide your right knee towards the left. Right arm extends long. Eyes can begin to shut. And your gaze to the right, that feels comfortable. See if you can take a full breath in, a full breath out. Relax, soften into the shape. Begin to roll back onto your back. Wall-to-wall stretch. Left knee in towards your chest this time and guide it over to the right. Supine twist. Left arm comes to the side and maybe your gaze comes to the left. You're ready, full breath in through your nose. Full exhale, soften into the shape and roll back onto your back, legs coming out long, wall-to-wall stretch. Relax your arms down by your side, palms facing up, or palms resting on your belly, and make your way into your final resting shape, Shavasana. Your time. And once you've arrived, beginning to acknowledge every part of your body that is making contact with the mat, starting at the back of the head, tops of your shoulder blades, bottom of your shoulder blades, backs of your ribs, your low back, your glutes, your legs, your calves, your heels. Notice your entire body making contact with the mat. Bring your awareness to the top of your head, down to your forehead, to the space in between your eyebrows, to your eyes, let them be soft. To your nose, notice that it breathes. To your mouth, let it be soft. Your chin and your jaw are soft. Notice your throat, the space in between your collarbones. Notice your chest lift. Notice your ribs, your belly, your pelvis, tops of your thighs. Notice your shins, your ankles, the tops of your feet, and your toes. And notice every part of the top of your body, and notice your entire body. Say your intention to yourself 5 times, and then let it go into every part of your body and enjoy your final moments of meditation. Yogis, when you can hear the sound of my voice, feel free to breathe in through your nose, out of your mouth. Bring your awareness to your toes, let them wiggle. Awareness to your belly when you breathe. Awareness to your arms, allow them to start to find some length and maybe reach them overhead, maybe wrist circles. Find your way onto your favorite side. Eyes can stay shut. Slowly make your way in your own fashion up to a seated posture. Allow yourself to sit up tall. Your eyes can stay shut. Bring your palms in towards your heart space. Full breath in Maybe a sigh of light and love in me honors and sees the light and love in each of you. Bring your thumbs right through right center. This is your place of all knowing. Take a breath in, send your gaze to the sky of love. Seal your presence.